Hello everyone, and welcome to another section of this tutorial where we are going to cover the URLs as promised in the previous section. So without further ado, let's dive right into it. So let's go here in the pose urls.py. So we just want to show you how to do name spacing. Okay, so let's just put our app name right here. And I just want to remind you guys that all these lines of code that I'm using, they are from the Django 3.0 documentation. Okay, so I've done my research there and I've read through that part. So I'm just trying to make it simple for you guys so that you can understand better. Okay, because I understand the way the documentation is written, and it's so confusing that sometimes you can fail to understand it, but I'm just trying to make it simple. And then, all right, pause. Okay, our app name is pause. So see, the way the app name works, you will appreciate better when we look at navigation links, right? Like links we create, like menu links. Because right now, if we want to create a link, it's not gonna have our pose on it. It will be just the link tags, and then the URL that specifies the name, let's say detail or index or stuff. But I will explain more about the app name when we reach to that section. But for now, let's just proceed. Okay, so what this does, this line of code here, is it's basically our home page. Okay, at the same time, it's the URL that is linked to our list function view. You appreciate more when we look at views. So let's just, so in when we want to output all the questions in the database, we rely on this view. Okay, because that will be linked to later to the views function. So that's cool. So the lines of code that we are going to add, or the other parts that we are going to add, will be for the detail and the results and the vote, right? So let's proceed. So right now so in order for us to fetch a single question from the database, we are going to use int. Okay, and that will allow us to fetch a single item from the database, and that way, that's the detail view, right? So let's just do this. So we use the anchor text, and then we do int, right? Others, they use str depending on on their goal, but here we are going to use the int because that's the one that is being used in the documentation, right? So that's cool. So we are going to create a function that we will call detail, right? So don't worry for now, and we'll give the name of the name is detail, and then let's proceed. And here we are going to create a result page. See, a result page is linked on the detail page. Okay, so it's going to be a simple lines of code in the results page, but they will be linked to the detail page, because the logic is we first of all, we can see a list of questions that we can vote on. Okay, and once we have voted on the question, then we can click on a particular question. For us to vote, we go to the detail question detail page. Okay, then we vote, and once we've voted, then we will see the results on that question on that page. Okay, so this URL, the results URL, will allow us to see those results on the question. Okay, so using the int semicolon question ID, it means we are fetching a single question from the database. So let's just proceed. So you see, all right, so perfect. and then the way we do it is results. So we are going to create a view named results, and we'll give it a name of results, right? So that's cool. So we are going to finish by specifying a URL for the votes, right? So the way we do it is again question ID, because we want those votes to be displayed on that question, right? Single question that we vote on. So views dot what's that? Views dot vote, yes. Then name, then vote. Okay, so that way that's good. So this line, I'm going to repeat again. This line of code, this URL links us to the vote. You know, it allows us to see the votes. Even this one, if this one allows us to see the results. This one, detail question, a single question, a list of questions. Okay, and then I said the name spacing, the app name here, we are going to look at it in detail when we in the previous section. So let's just put the angle text here, otherwise we will run into errors. Okay, so let's just do that. So perfecto. So now that we have done this, it's time for us to look at views. Okay, so we are going to look at views in the next section. Okay, so tune in guys, and okay, sharp.